It's your boy De Niro, and I'm back at it with a video. I know y'all been messaging me, telling me come with a video. I got y'all. I'm finna install a new Halo Kit Flow Series headlights on my 2018 Dodge Challenger TA. Let's get it.
What's going on, guys? This is Keith with 924 Photography, and we have another car video today. So if you're here for a car video, this is the place for you to be. But if you're here for photography, this is not that video. So let's get started. Today we're putting in Lighting Trendz Flow Series waterproof halos in my son's 2018 Dodge Challenger. Yep, we're gonna put them in the fog lights and we're gonna put them in his headlights. So we decided not to do it like mine, where we're gonna open them up. We're gonna see how these lights will fit on the outside, and we're gonna keep the DRLs on so it can give that 3D dimensional look. If not, then we'll just turn the DRLs off and we'll go from there. Now, if we don't like this whole setup on the outside, then eventually what we'll do is we'll take them back off. We'll open them up in the oven at 290 degrees like we did in my car for about 10 minutes, crack them open, and then we'll put them inside. But that won't be in this video today. So if you're here to learn how to put these lights in, this is the place you wanna be. And if you wanna see how to put them in on a 2019 Dodge Charger, the link will be right up here in one of these corners. So without further ado, let's get started right now. You have the Lighting Trendz 5-volt down converter that's right here. So this is 5 volts. So you're gonna hook this here regulator. It goes in 12 volts, comes out 5. It plugs into here. Once you plug it into here, we have 5 connections. That's why we got 2 pigtails. We have 5 connections. That's why we got 2 pigtails. And one of these are gonna go to the Flow Series box, and then the other 4 are gonna go to the halo rings and here. And like I said earlier, these 2 pigtails are gonna go on here. So it's gonna go from 2 to 1, 2 to 1. So that's 2. And then 2 fog lights is going to make 4. And then 1 to your Bluetooth remote right here. And you're good to go. Okay, so you have this panel right here that we're going to pull up. It just pulls like kind of straight up out of here. And we're going to take this off just like so, just like this. So you take that panel off. We're gonna sit it back here in the back, and we're gonna take the same panel off. Take that one off, Kaylin. Right here, you just pull it up like this. Yep, so we're gonna put that, and we're gonna put it back there in the back. So here, we have these rivets. So get you a rivet, not a rivet, I'm sorry. You clip puller tool. We got here, here, here. We got some over here. So we're gonna pull those clips first. Okay, so you wanna find that little groove, you wanna wiggle it, and you wanna grab it with your hand, and then you can put the pull tool from up underneath, and that's how you take those out if you're wondering. All right, so you have these push pins here that you have to push in to get this off. And we're gonna pull this panel back here, and then it's a screw here, and then it's a screw way back there that we gotta get with our angle driver. You have underneath where my son is at, you have like 8 little screws under the bottom. They are a 7mm on the bottom. And then I'm gonna pan to your left a little bit. Over here on the side where the wheel is turned, inside of there, that's a 10. You wanna use an angle driver. This is the 10mm right here that you can use. You wanna use an angle driver to get in there. And then you have 2 more screws at the top, which I believe is a 10 as well. All right, guys, so we got the front bumper off, right? So I told you got some clips you need to pull here. You got a 10mm screw that goes in here, and then you got one on the back side right here. Now, when you get ready to pull this front cap off, you need to pull the side out just a little bit, and then you can pull it off. You have 2 nuts that are right here for the Challenger, and they go in here. So you want to take those off. Having an angle driver helps a whole lot to get this whole thing off. So now we're gonna take these lights out, we're gonna clean them up, and we're gonna put the halos around them on the outside here with some alcohol. All right, guys, so what we've done is I took the headlight out. I always like to take mine out and clean it because these headlights never get touched at all. When you get ready to take these screws out, it's gonna be one here, and then one here, and they're gonna be an 8mm. So in the process that you are going to be doing the oven, basically you would take your projector ballast right here, you would take this off. You would make sure there wasn't nothing on here that could, you know, get burned or anything. And then you would put it in the oven at this point in time of the video, and at 270 for like 10 minutes, probably just a little bit longer, but I would just keep a check on it. And then what you'll do is you'll get your pry tool and you'll pry it open. But you have to make sure that you buy the resealant, and then when you get, and buy you some clamps so you can clamp on, because it needs about 20 or 30 minutes to reseat, so you don't get any dust and have like that condensation inside your light. So right now I use some waterless wash first to clean off the headlight, and now I'm just using some regular rubbing alcohol to go around there so we can stick it on. Now another thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my son to pull this light over here so we can mark it so I'm not off. We're gonna put it on the bumper. We're just gonna put the light inside the bumper, and then I'm gonna hold the halos pretty much like so. Over. It's pretty easy. You can't really mess it up here, and then we're gonna stick it just like that, and so it'll be on the outside. All right, so we're taking off the adhesive here, and we're gonna go ahead and start putting these lights on like so. So I just wanna kinda make sure I'm lined up. I'm gonna kinda stand up over it. Right here, Kaylin, hold this thing right here before I flatten it.
Yeah,
so we wanna just have it like kinda in the front, because we want it to look like a about right there.
I mean, if you want my opinion, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory and challenging. I mean, you know, little cycle like a little horseshoe.
Yeah, I mean, it is. So, and we're just gonna let that sit. I'm gonna apply some pressure. We'll apply some pressure here. Who's that? So we'll apply pressure. We'll look at it. Yep. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm zip tying and I'm cutting all the zip ties off. I just like to make stuff pretty neat. Making sure, you know, yeah, it's a neat install. So this is where the pigtails will go on this one. So we have the two lights that's here. We got one here, one here. We got them going up underneath here, wired, and then you put your one pigtail here, and then this is gonna have an extension on it to go across to the ballast that we're gonna, I mean, not the ballast, but the regulator that we're gonna put over there, and the Bluetooth. So yep, and this is probably the most tedious part, is finding out how you wanna wire this and put it through there. The next process of this, leave the light out on this side because it makes it easier. You don't have to try to find something to get in, but we're gonna use some self-tapping screws right here, and we're gonna mount the ballast. I mean, not the ballast, I keep saying it's a ballast, but the regulator. We're gonna mount the regulator here. This is the 5-volt down conversion, and this right here is your power and ground. That is how easy it is to do it. Now, if you want to switch, you will just you'll ground it, and then you will just split this wire here, or you'll run this wire into the remote port or the ACC port of your switch, and then that way, when it switch off or the circuit is open, it's just open, and then when it closes it, it'll make it hot again. So we're gonna self-tap these real quick. So I got some self-tapping screws. The Bluetooth module, I am going to put it right here. I'm going to zip tie it on, and this is where this part will live at from now on. So you want to get you some zip ties. I normally like to get like 4 and put them together, or you can have like some longer ones, and that will work if you got, but I don't have any longer ones with me. So we're going to run them around here. It makes it so much easier. Like, you don't have to take this off to put these lights on, whether you're doing them in the oven or doing the waterproof, but it makes it so much easier to work when you don't have to try to work around stuff. It just makes the job a lot longer. So if you take your time and just take off everything at the first beginning, you'll be good to go. All right, so what we have here is we have the 4-input flow series. This is what's going to get power to all the pigtails right here. You have your 5 volts. So your regulator is coming from 12 volts from your battery source. Then it's going to be down converted to 5 volts, which we're going to plug this in here. Now on the Challenger, I figured it out. We mounted the Bluetooth controller right here on the side, and then we zip tied with an X right here for the Lighting Trendz Flow series, because we want this install to be as clean as possible so you don't see anything. So that's why I have this going downward, and we are going to plug this 5 volts into here when we're ready and go. So on this pigtail, you have a male right here. You want to find the female on the input side here. So you have 1 male, 2 males, 3 males, 4 males, and then you have a female, which is going to be plugged in to here. So we'll plug this in, the female goes into here. Boom. And that's for the Bluetooth control. So now you can kind of hide that one down below there. Then we have the power, where we're going to hook up here. So we're going to hook the power up here. So we're going to move these wires here, put the power up. The power is hooked up here, right up underneath. And then now, all of the lights are right here. So remember the 2 pigtails we did for each headlight? That'll be these 2. And then we have 2 for the fog lights, and that is it once you hook power up. So you ground it and put power, you'll turn the app on, which is Magic LED, and then you will be able to check it out. Now, I may come back one more time to just show you how it all looks up in here underneath the hood to make sure it's all good and show you the clean install. But like I said earlier, it's easier to use your self-tapping for the regulator here if you have all this out. We're going to use some cloth tape to cover this up and make it look like OEM, but I have the regulator box down here, as you can see, way down here in the back. All my wires are hidden all the way down there. So if you're looking in the car, you can't really tell anything at all. You're not gonna be able to see up here because the covers go over here. So the only thing, like I said, with cloth tape right here, and this will be a clean install. All right, so we ran into one problem with the fog lights. I don't think the diameter will work with the projectors. They sent me the ones for the ones that are non-projector lights. So I messaged them to see what's up. So we'll probably have to come back at a different time to put the fog lights in. And I'll come back, I guess, with a short recap video, I guess. Or you could just DM me on Instagram at 924 with a Hemi, or De Niro K392. Go to SPE, and we're gonna turn them on here. And we have it all working. We finna get ready to put the front cap back on. So as you can see that they're working to go all through all the colors, and we are ready to go. So I am enjoying this. Can't wait to, they almost look like that they're inside. If you're not really up on the car, you would never know that these were the waterproof on the outside. So I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like with the front cap on. So we're gonna put the front cap on, and we're gonna show y'all some B-roll right now. All right, what's going on, guys? So we just finished the 2018 Dodge Challenger TA, and we put them on the outside. Now I'm gonna say this. It's cool if you wanna open up the thing and put them in the inside, but for me personally, I can't even tell, not unless you up on the car, and if you want like to have the, what was the outside cover to where it doesn't look like you got the lights on the front. But for me personally, once you see this B-roll in just a second, it looks dope. We put the front end back on. He got it on orange. Now we are in Arkansas, so Arkansas has a law to where you can't have blue, green, or red on, or it can't be rolling. In Texas, it's something totally different. They don't care. I ain't gonna say they don't care about the rainbow, but they don't really stop you for it. And you can have green on in Texas. So there's that tip. Just check your local police department to see what you can ride with. Now, I want to say thank you to Lighting Trendz for sponsoring this video. I am a sponsor, so if you use 924 with a Hemi, you can get 10% off of your next purchase at lightingtrendz.com.
You see I'm back, Big De Niro, repping the Cowboys. But anyways, we just installed the new Halo kit 4 series headlights on my on my Dodge Challenger. And like Father said, the B-roll up next.